So, the film looks great so far, guys, by the way.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks.
job. I wanted to ask, with the kind of juxtaposition of Western and sci-fi, is this kind of your commentary on the birth of Manifest Destiny and moving forward, and then kind of where it is now with space being the final frontier kind of meeting?
I think that's a great question to finish up on. What's happened in the post-Vietnam era is Manifest Destiny kind of went out the window as a simple thought. Indigenous populations we began to empathize more with, the colonial age was ending, and we began to see ourselves as a world community. And I think that's a positive thing. The bad thing about filmmaking is that you've often dealt with archetypes that weren't really related to the reality of who those people were, and you lost a lot of the traditions of filmmaking. And I think with all these alien invasion movies, what's fun is you can make the aliens, this ineffable force of evil, and then allow the Cowboys and Indians to come together to fight them, and fall back on very old traditions of what you would see in the older Westerns, because you're dealing with an alien force. It's no longer people fighting against people. So it opens up the door in a way to make the filmmaking a lot more rough and brutal and simplistic. And that was a big appeal for this. I think you're seeing it in war movies. You're going to start to see it as there are a lot of alien movies. You're going to start to see a lot of the old traditions of filmmaking come back, because you're not as concerned about the political correctness of what you're dealing with. You want to add anything else?
And just by doing it, then the people get to be shocked. If an alien landed here or a UFO landed here, I think most of us would be like, some of us would be shocked, and some of us would be like, yeah, I knew it. Back then, it's still kind of a shock, so that's a beautiful thing.
You can make a PG-13 movie really brutal, too, if you're not killing real people, which is also fun. You can show a lot of blood. There are heads coming off in Lord of the Rings. That's PG-13, right? Anybody else who have time for one?
Actually, yes, apparently the gods have heard your cries, and we've been given another couple of moments for a couple more questions.
Thank you.
Two questions. Number one, are you going to show this at the Arrow? And number two...
The Arrow Theater, yeah, I hope so.
I hope so. And
my local theater in Santa Monica, yeah.
I know, I saw Iron Man 2 there. You called me big Iron Man nerd. But,
is that why you're wearing a Superman shirt now?
Oh, I lost... I had to buy this. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I like Superman Returns, kind of. I didn't say that out loud. The other question was, I heard Sam Rockwell's role was originally written a lot differently, and you guys changed the role for him. Is this true? Was the role written for a different purpose or something?
I think they all were written a lot different. They were all very involved. Certainly Harrison's role was different.
I mean, you always do that. Once you put a face to the roles you're casting, you inevitably want to make sure that you are tailoring it to their voice as much as you can, even if the structure of the story doesn't necessarily change. So everyone was very involved in making sure that the characters' voices was something created by all of us.
So for the last couple of minutes, should we do speed round and see how many we can answer really quickly? Let's do speed round.
Yes or no preferred.
Okay.
Hi.
Yes.
I just wanted to say, first of all, screw Family Guy. You should be in your movies.
The polite golf applause to that one, yeah.
I want to ask you, was it hard to have a guy like Harrison Ford, who was in Indiana Jones all those years, to put him in a new Western and try to get him as a new character? I don't know if you got, his hat's different, looked like Craig had his hat. I don't know.
Yeah, it did look a lot like Craig had his hat.
Right.
There was a lot of that going on. Harrison was going to wear chaps, then he saw Daniel's chaps. He says, okay, he gets to wear the chaps. He was very, he's a horseman, he has his own ranch, so he had a lot of strong opinions about Westerns, but the only Western he was in was the Frisco Kid. And I said to him, I think we could beat it. I think we could beat that one. Certainly at the box office. Next.
Quick question about the working with the special effects in this movie versus Iron Man, and what's the truth behind the Iron Man mask that you gave Howard Stern?
Howard Stern, the mask we sent to Howard Stern actually had components of it that were on camera, and he's given me a really hard time saying I gave him a fake mask that was a prop, a giveaway item that was made by some prop house. So it really was a real mask, and to work with a combination of digital and practical effects, which I did on Iron Man, is we kept that same methodology for this, and we didn't start it. It was good to have Steven working on this. They did the same thing on Jurassic Park, and I think that movie still holds up because of it.
Hi, the movie looks really good, by the way.
Thank you.
And can you tell me a little bit about Olivia Wilde's character in the movie?
She's awesome. first of all. I said, Olivia, please try to come down. She was working. I said, please come down. All your fans who have crushes on you are here. Do you have any message that I should pass along? And she said, she literally texted me saying to tell you guys that she sleeps naked.
To answer your question.
She's the best, though. She's wonderful. Her character is somebody who's a little bit more in the know than she seems to be, and she's a key to the film in many ways, and one of the main characters. One last question I see.
Yeah, I just want to say I love the movie. I love alien attack movies. Battle of LA, I loved it. I just got Skyline. I can't wait for Cowboys and Aliens. My question to you, though, is if you could do another comic book movie, who would you do?
I would like to play Gru someday. That's my dream. Sergio Aragonés, thank you.
I think I'd want to do Bazooka and do a movie.
Bazooka Joe?
Bazooka Bubblegum.
Oh, Bazooka Joe, yeah. I could play Mort. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Screen Team Media.